going on, family? Of course, you know we had to come with another vlog. Today we're right back in Miami / Fort Lauderdale. We're in Fort Lauderdale now at what's called Super Saturdays. Now, Super Saturdays is a really cool event for a lot of exotic cars, which you're gonna get to see. We're gonna get to meet a lot of great people. And so overall, it's just motivation and networking. Imagine if you can meet a guy or gal, right? Shout out to my women, who has a Lamborghini or a McLaren or Ferrari. They gotta have some money, right? Which means you need to know who that person is. So this is a great place to come and network. It's essentially how you get into a different network. So we're gonna hang out, we're gonna network, we're gonna have some fun, we're gonna meet some people, and then I got some people I want you to see in a few. So otherwise, let's have some fun. I got a nice message for you today. Let's get to it, and we're gonna have some fun after this.
Secure the bag with 1017 Scoochie. Yeah, Puerto Rico, East Atlanta, well, Miami. My money machine go beep, I love the sound that it make. Plus all the racks I'm count, I think that my machine about to break. Secure the bag, yeah, that's the brand, and we get to the bag. These private flights, Miami nice, these Gucci bags full of cash. So when take Swift from Puerto Rico, we go hard for the G.
Condo that I'm buying now, I'm paying $5 million. $5 million. They'll serve each other. And you'll never have to spend that $5 million. And you'll make a residual of $10 million a year.
You talk real heavy, man. You know what I'm saying? Real green.
It's a beautiful car, man.
What'd you bring out today?
The Pista.
Yeah.
Okay.
Baby blue.
Oh, yeah, you like it.
You got here earlier.
Yeah.
I saw it when I pulled in. I got it.
The fire.
So I was gonna bring out my 600 LT, and I was like, bring
Your
out.
brother come down or no?
No, that's why I didn't bring that one out.
Yeah.
And it's funny because there's a guy with the same Borealis right down there.
No, you don't have
No. SUJ. Definitely. Yeah. And I saw how they treated them, and I was like,
They're like, y'all go back of the line.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck?
Yep.
They ain't gonna say nothing about this.
No.
What you gonna say?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
See, this right here, this is what I love. We've already met a few people, really heavy hitters, private equity, real estate, stock market. This is how you network. This is how you, look, my friends are better than other people's friends because network, right? That's all it is. That's it. So you want some good friends, you want to actually have some people who you can call up and say, let's fly somewhere. I know some of you out there, you're probably the only one in your circle who can fly or who can go out of town for a certain amount of time. It's because you need to surround yourself around more people who have the same mindset that you do. So once again, this is why I love things like this. We're gonna keep doing our thing, we're gonna keep tapping in. Let's get it. I was telling you about, what I'll do is I'll take that account and sometimes I'll split and go to another account where it's just dividends. So you know about the dividends.
Yeah.
So what we do is we get a dividend stock account. So whatever you making in dividends pays the 3% on your line of credit. So you never pay for that much free money.
Right.
Essentially. Right.
pretty good. Everybody got their own niche of the way they invest, the way they shop process.
All of this stuff is overdone right now. We're getting ready to short the market because all of it's going to fall. MicroStrategy, Bitcoin, Ethereum.
You think Bitcoin about to drop?
All of it's going to fall. Bitcoin's going back to 20K.
So buy it when it do that, right?
Wait until it hits 9K.
9? You think it's gonna go from 50 to 9?
You think Bitcoin? Yeah, I'm gonna listen this time when they do it.
Y'all hear me loud and clear. It's the same thing I saw with Tesla when I started doing shorts against it at 900. People are like, no, Tesla's going to the moon. I said it'll fall $500.
Wow.
And Tesla fell back down 400 and some change.
Can we have voice memo?
So
Where is it at?
I feel you, man. I think people too confident now. People start talking about it too much.
But see, here's the thing. So I'm a technical, they call us technicians.
Right.
I look at the charts and I can tell you what the stock is about to do, literally by looking at the chart. Yeah, by looking at the chart. So I look at the chart and I'm looking at Bitcoin, I'm looking at MicroStrategy, I'm looking at Tesla. They're in the heavens. This is what I call the heavens. They're in the heavens. And they have to cool off. All stocks cool off. Right? And then they have what's called channels that you draw on these charts. All of these charts have a channel that has been blown out of the channel. And every fucking stock comes back to its channel. Trades back into the channel. Wow. So when Tesla falls back to its channel, it'll come back down to $100. People think I'm bullshitting. I'm telling you, Tesla will fall.
That sound unrealistic to me. That sound like what? Tell you sure? Yeah. I'm gonna listen now. So basically, I ain't buying no more of that crap.
Don't touch Tesla. Don't touch Bitcoin right now. It's gonna run up some more. Don't get me wrong. But you'll never catch the top. Nobody knows when it's gonna start falling. Because when it falls quick.
No
So it's
taxes.
team building and unlimited amounts of money.
That's right.
Jump off the cliff and fly, and I'm gonna build me a team while I'm flying to figure out how I'm gonna land. I'm not gonna spend the time figuring out how I'm gonna land. That's gonna be their job. You get what I'm saying?
You know, it's like they say, you know, the fastest way to kill a big dream is to share it with a small mind.
Right.
And that's basically what I've been, for the most part, I'm not saying everybody, but for the most part, my environment has been that. You know what I mean? Because it can't be anything but that right there. I've had to stretch out. That's why I'm traveling so much.
I was just about to say that. Look at wherever you go. Try to find the biggest dog in the room and say, is that the peak that I'm trying to hit? Right? So if you're in St. Louis and you're like, what's the peak in St. Louis? In my circle. If the peak of 100K a year, you're like, holy fuck. I'm trying to go. I gotta get up out of there. That's my floor. 100K a month. It's my floor. Right? So now it's like, all right, I gotta go find another ceiling. I gotta go find another, right? Another peak. So yeah, when you get down here, you get to 50 million a year. That's when you start meeting big dogs. 100 million a year. You're like, that's a big peak.
Then you realize people doing $1 billion a year.
There you go.
I'm gonna drop something else on you. Got kids?
I got 9-year-old, 3-year-old.
So you gotta think about this. It ain't even about you. It's about them. The longer you stay away from where you should be is the less time that they get to be exposed and become their norm. Everything you're doing and setting up now is for them. So if you stay in St. Louis instead of putting them where they deserve to be, now you're starving their group, not only just yours.
Even stop.
Oh yeah, you already know. Yes sir.
You get what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
So like, I've talked about the house thing, right? We were up in the county. My kids was born into a house in the county. Time to go. Bring them downtown, condo.
Right.
They got concierge service. You pull up, they open your door for you. I'm teaching them royalty, right? Everything's about royalty with me and my
So
kids.
basically, you
so I got to
saying
show them the royalty. I can't just tell them about
it's
the
better have a nice condo in a thriving place than a nice picket house in somewhere that ain't thriving.
Because the value, right?
Yeah.
The value. It's just like a house, right? I'm going to use this because I'm in real estate. The value of a house is only equivalent to the land that it sits on. The house is not what value, it's the value of the land it sits on. You are the land. Where are you parking your house at?
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Good stuff.
So, with that being said, man, get the hell out of St. Louis.
All right.
Come on out of St. Louis.
Pack it up.
Hey, man, appreciate it. Appreciate
Most
it.
definitely.
Appreciate the
Listen,
wisdom,
I'll
man.
tell you, it's the last thing I'm going to
So there you have it. Another great car show, a lot of exotics, a lot of great friends, a lot of good networking. And this is exactly what I wanted to teach you about or talk to you about today, because that's essentially what got me where I am. A lot of people want to know, how can I get to the top from where I am now? How can I get to another place? How can I make my current situation into a better situation by way of having someone help me get there, right? And it's very similar to this cut that I got on my finger. I was trying to cook, right? Knowing I shouldn't be cooking right now, and I cut myself. Now, because I knew I wasn't supposed to be cutting, I was trying to be cheap. I'm very busy, I help a lot of people. I should have somebody else do that for me, right? But I was trying to be cheap, and this is exactly what happens with a lot of us coming up. We try to be cheap, whether it's with our time or our money, and we say, hey, I'll do it myself. Or hey, I don't need those guys, I don't need these people. But one of the biggest things that helped me is by paying my way to the top. Now, I know that sounds real bad, so hear me out. It's not one of those things where it's like, hey, open the door for me and I'll give you a few bucks. It's more so, hey, let me get in this room with this type of individual, because there's a certain individual you want to be around. Let me pay to get in this room. What does that look like? Well, if you know that you want to be around individuals who are getting to the money, who are actually great entrepreneurs, great people, you want to go where those people like to go. They like cars. We like cars. So maybe you go get a Lamborghini. I don't know. But that's not it. You don't have to have that type of money. Maybe you go to a health food store, because most of us who make good money, we tend to like to take care of our bodies. So we eat healthy foods, organic, grass-fed. Even though I'm vegan, I know some of you all might not be vegan, grass-fed, et cetera, et cetera. You can go to a store and just spend a premium on your groceries in hopes that you may run into someone who could maybe be on the same trajectory or already taking that same journey that you're trying to take and can possibly be that mentor you're looking for. Because I get it all the time. Hey, Tay, can you be my mentor? And my answer is, there's about 5,000 of you asking the same question right now. I can't mentor 5,000 people one-on-one. Okay, which of course why I have to charge. But seriously though, this is how you get in a room with other people. You find out the things that these type of people you want to be around like. If you can find out what they like, you just go get what they like. I went and got a Lamborghini. You don't have to do that once again. So for those of you who are wondering, how can I make this work? I want to give you certain ideas or maybe even a few steps. Let's come up with a game plan, right? On how to do that. So if you don't know what people like and the people who you want to be around need or want, what we need to do is some research on these type of people. If you're in real estate, what do real estate investors like? They probably like nice cars as well. They probably like looking at real estate. They probably like going to real estate. That's the biggest one. They like going to real estate conferences, right? So maybe you got to spend $1,000 to go to a conference to get in a room around some heavy hitters. This is how it works. So for all of my people who are saying things like, well, I don't have the money to do those type of things, you're just not ready yet, and that's okay. You can't come to the table empty-handed. That never has worked. And nobody's gonna pull you from zero to the top. You gotta show some initiative. What that means, another step or another game plan, something that I did. I don't like living with a roommate, but I had a roommate for 10 years. 10 years. I had a roommate help me split my bills. So the bill money that I wasn't paying, I was able to save that. Now, even if that's just an extra $300-400 a month, well, that's about $5,000 a year, right? That's $4 or $5 grand a year that's in your pocket, that you can go to a conference now. You can go and buy that course that you've been looking, because let me tell you something. If you come into my course, for anybody who's ever came into Secure the Bag and you started talking to other like-minded individuals in that course, you come to find out you're talking to people who have $250,000, $500,000, $1 million, couple $1 million in that group. This is, once again, this is how you get in that space around those individuals who potentially can not only help you, mentor you, or help elevate you, but can just be on the same wavelength and the mindset that you are on, right? So once again, like me, don't cut yourself, right? If you know you need to be doing something, you know you want to be somewhere, hustle up, get you a roommate, okay? That's my number one thing, get you a roommate. You should not be living by yourself. Number two, you should not be smoking weed. You should not be drinking alcohol. You should not be partying. And the reason why I say that is because, hey, you haven't earned the right to do that yet. Most of you all are getting high. You can't afford and haven't earned the right to get high. You haven't earned the right to celebrate and go to the club. That'll save you money in itself. If you spend $100 a week on a sack of weed, because I know y'all do that, right? Guess what? That's $400 a month that you save. $4,000 a year, almost $5 grand a year. So once again, we need to start. But this only proves how bad you want it. That's why I say nobody's gonna pull you from ground zero. Because I wanna know, me personally, I wanna know that you actually want this before I give my time. And one way that shows me you want this is because you were willing to be disciplined in your own life. Get a roommate, stop smoking weed, stop drinking, stop partying, stop bullshitting, get a second job, get a side hustle. You was willing to put that work in to pay to get in a space where I also paid to get into. That's how it works. So you want to get your network right, so you can get your net worth right. Start doing the hard work first. Get disciplined. Pay your way to get into a room with us, and I'll see you at the top. Let's get it. Tap in.